So that was funny. That's going well. Lots of other things. I like to talk sometimes about people doing bad things. We had the whole three-quarter law thing. So OneSync, I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, Brian OneSync, but there's a lot of hot water, shall we say, that we will put pasture in. So this guy has been, and we've met him, we had him over here. He's sort of a very fun kind of character, but it turns out he's been hacking the p-values and doing the bad things. And this is a whole, wow. So these are the errors, in yellow, these are errors in a paper. I'll tell you why you can find so many errors is if you've got 113 people and then you start to say 51.3% of them did this, and that's not a round number, and you do that over and over again, you've obviously been cooking things somewhere, right? So, you know, if you say 72 out of 113 people did this, that's fine. No one can, you know, you made it up, but no one can see that, right? But if you say with 3 or 4 decimal significant figures, the percentage of people, then you can just make, and people do, they make little algorithms to sort of just go through and see if those things, so all of these are wrong, like they can't be whole numbers. So that's in 4 papers, which came out of a body of work for a postdoc who was basically asked to find a result in some data they'd accrued for an experiment which didn't show anything and said there must be something in it. So they've got all these emails now from the State University at New Mexico, where he had a Confederate, I suppose, who's no longer working there, and it's just like, but they're emails, right? So it's their emails, and it's all about like how they could find things. There must be something in here. You know, I'm talking about torturing data, like actually saying it out loud or writing it in emails. Anyway, he has tons of stuff it's all about obesity research, right? And food and eating, right? That's his thing. Okay, sorry, I should have said that. It's all about food and, right? And he gets tons of press, and they're always charming little results, like, you know, the cereal boxes look down, like the faces of the characters look down, which might be true actually, but they look down because kids are going to be looking up at them, right, in stores. This one was about how the joy of cooking, if you take their servings and so on and look across years, was just 2 years, 70 years apart, it had gone up 40% in calories, right? So the finding was this kind of, and I think it was for like just 17 recipes or something, which has a bad feel straight away, right? And so this is the joy of cooking, lighting them up. They're really unhappy, right? So the joy of cooking is I took a little build up, but this is what's going on. Joy of cooking is not happy. And, you know, it was too easy, you know, too much joy in cookbook calories, right? I mean, the headlines for this story wrote themselves, right? Everyone jumped on it, and it sounded great. You know, arbitrarily made up portion sizes where none existed, da-da-da. So it's getting into muffin sizes. They're not happy.
Wow, it's the tweet storm.
They're like, you guys were so bad. And this is the little thing. OneSync made this up. He's already been investigated by Cornell, and they cleared him, but now there's much more stuff coming out, so including the emails. They made up, this is from the lab, right? They made up a little graphic to, you know, really, fine, I mean, it's kind of nice. But I think cut the recipe in half or warp half for later, right? There's a typo or a righto there. Actually, it should be wrap half for later, right?
Yeah, so I heard about this guy last year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get emails from institutions, and so they cleared him?
They cleared him of the first part, yeah. His defense has been interesting. It's like, we maybe messed some stuff up. It's not like we didn't do anything wrong. It's like, but basically point stands.
Well, this goes with your, like, good institutions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you confer a lot of, esteem to someone who, because, you know, you presume that all of the system has, you know, figured out that this person is great. They could be a massive bullshitter. That is the problem, just to use the exact word for what it is. That's unfortunate. That's really the term of choice, because it's not about truth and lies, it's about that activity, yeah. And so they're really good at it, and so they're always about trying to make things spread, and they have, but then, you know, like Lance Armstrong, eventually the bad thing catches up, and that spreads more strongly. Okay. That's kind of fun. Sorry, there's some extra things. It's a lot of warm-up. Okay. All right, we're going to dive straight into it and go for it. Okay. Where's my thing?